It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Bulls happy to return to Chicago after the road trip. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Williams down low with Jefferson. Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Batum in at the small forward position.
And guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentages is really what has kept him from making the leap. Just not as consistent as he needs to be. And a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
Lamb, good.
The D was all over him, but they just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Hornets ball.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Outside Williams. And the three ball is good. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And here's Rose outside. Another three for Chicago.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Now here's Williams. Walker with a clean look. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, a bit ago, Steve Clifford and I were able to chat. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Chicago has gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. No good from Gibson.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
And Walker kicks to Williams. Batum against Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Lamb. No good with the triple. Bulls have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Gibson. Gibson with another miss.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
That's good. Williams has got 5 points so far.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Now here's Rose. In the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Walker. And the shot falls short this time.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will have 3-point play chance here. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Bulls.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball. And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
Rose passes to McDermott from past the arc. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 6 points for Doug McDermott. Over in the corner, Batum fires from the wing, and he hits the jump shot. And on the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game. but he didn't get much playing time. So look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
Here's Walker following the score by Derrick Rose. They break it out 5-on-3. Outside for Gasol. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
Greg, that's already 5 made triples in the first quarter. What a start.
Walker dishes to Batum. Back to Walker. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Walker's got 5.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Rose after Al Jefferson's score. Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 11 points for Rose.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Here's Jefferson. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 5 assists in the game.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Now, here's Batum following the miss by Derrick Rose. Feeds it to Walker. From deep. The offensive rebound. Chicago leading by 7. From deep three-point range, this all no good. Charlotte's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Screen by Jefferson. Williams a screen on Butler. Walker with it. Butler covering. Shot's good by Walker.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
He has got a lot of confidence in his game. You have to if you think you could knock one down from there.
Yeah, you know, I think he maybe needs some time for some direct admonishment.
A shot by Batum, no good. Chicago leading. Down low, here's McDermott. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
He used that pick to perfection. Batum's got his second bucket of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Rose, good.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
It really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
Now here's Walker. He has 7. Ring shot on the way. A shot by Batum, no good. The Bulls leading by 8. Gibson for 3. Denied for the third time. He's 0 for 3. Last game for the Charlotte Hornets, it was a loss to New York.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Walker against Butler. Now here's Walker. He's covered closely. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Rose.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Some changes for Chicago. Dunleavy comes in for Pau Gasol. And it's Noah in for Taj Gibson. Lamb with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the third player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
That'll go on McDermott. Here's Walker. 7 points in the game. From the corner.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Yeah, I agree. Not a lot of activity chasing down their misses. Some teams focus on getting back, I understand that, but you should send at least one guy after those.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
And he's good on the second. Well, guys, no secret that Al Jefferson has never been known for his defense. Clark, mostly viewed as an offensive player.
Yeah, he really is strong down in the low post. But last season, Jefferson went out of his way to change that no defense perception of it.
Hornets trail by 7. To the left side wing. Walker nails the 16-footer. Walker's got 9.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
And you know, it's what spurred Jefferson to kind of rededicate to defense when he realized teams would pick on him and make him the focal point of their attack. They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And the basket by Rose.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand. And for Jefferson and his defense, players know when they are being targeted. So good for Big Al to do something about it. And you know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Rose can't get that one to fall.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Rose has got 20 points.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Walker against Butler. On the wing, Batum. There's Walker with the 3. Rebounded by Rose. Chicago leading by 4. Launches a 3. And that one's good. 23 points in the game.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Butler against Walker. Inside. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in. Lamb's got his second basket of the game.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Rose gets the bucket.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down.
And here's Batum following the three-pointer by Derrick Rose. And Batum kicks to Williams. The pass to Jefferson. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Walker against Butler. Here's Walker. Passes it to Jefferson. With one on the clock. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Bulls lead by 8. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. You know, just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, you know, forever.
You know, he may be having fun, but I'm not so sure playing street ball is really working out for Kemba, who needs to shoot better than 38% for the Hornets to go anywhere, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I mean, what might be better than continuing to play the same game you've been playing forever is to take your game to a new level, and that's going to take some discipline. I think Kemba has more than enough talent to be able to do that, but that's his challenge moving forward.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Noah is out there with Portis, and it's Mirotic in at the small forward. 6 on the shot clock. Mirotic brings the double team, and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Rose attacking. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Cody Zeller. Out to the right wing. Fades away. Off the iron that time.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Lynn with it. Butler covering. And there's Zeller. That's good on the assist from Kid Gilchrist.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 30 points for Derrick Rose. Rose against Lynn. And it's Zeller atop the key. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Rebound by Butler.
Well, even for a guy not known for his ability to attack the rim, I mean, he's got to lay that one in.
The baseline J. Batum grabs the miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And the shot is good. Zeller's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Lynn kicks to Batum. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Now just a 4-point Chicago lead.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Hansbrough, a screen on Butler. Batum attacking. Here's Zeller. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Lynn the pass to Batum. Kicks to Kid Gilchrist. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Off the mark from 16 feet out. Here's Noah. And it's off from three-point range. Hornets trail by 6. And Batum kicks to Zeller. Charlotte moving it around. Batum with the ball. Butler covering. To the inside to Hansbrough. Batum with the three. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Butler.
He hit a three in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Rose, good.
And he does it again. What can you say? The defense continues to allow him to get open out there. They've got to know that he can knock down that shot. Put somebody on him.
Again, Batum missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Noah's shot is off. Hornets have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Lynn. Batum wide open, he fires. The three-pointer is right on target. Batum's got 12.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clarkie, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend three positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
Hornets trail by 8. There's the dish to Kid Gilchrist. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn.
And guys, now the NBA has what's called player tracking. I mean, they can show how much ground a player can cover over the course of a season. And Nicholas Batum, always amongst the leaders. 2 seasons ago, he was number 1.
Shot's good. Now just a 4-point Bulls lead.
Boy, what a slick job of passing from Jeremy Lin on that one.
And it's Rose penetrating. Can't get it to go. And Charlotte will come the other way. Lynn kicks to Batum. Hansbrough setting the pick for Batum. He dishes it to Zeller. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Joakim Noah.
And Batum with that slender build, you know, you like his height and length, but he can get pushed around at times. I think he could still stand to add some strength. You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly, but that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
Pau Gasol is checked in for Chicago. And he makes the first but misses the second. And for Cody Zeller, Greg, there's a reason he was the 4th overall pick back in 2013. He showed the size and athleticism to be a difference maker in college. And Clark, now he has to do it at the pro level as well, and I think people are pretty confident he can.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with those folks myself because he does have the tools. It's now a matter of transitioning and becoming a little better shooting the ball than he's shown.
A shot by Batum, no good. Chicago leading by 3. Good-looking screen by Gasol. He took good advantage of that screen. It's for Butler.
Good display of physicality by Gasol to set that shot up.
Lynn with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. And Batum kicks to Zeller. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. And that's now 11 points for Cody Zeller.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Bulls have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Rose, no good.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Hansbrough. The 10-footer. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Gasol. The Bulls shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54. Here's Mirotic. Good. He hits the jump shot. Mirotic has got his second basket. Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against Philadelphia.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Good.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Mirotic brings the double team. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Kid Gilchrist.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
And stolen by Mirotic. Tipped away.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
Hansbrough, that's good.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Jeremy Lin. Timeout for the Bulls.
Chicago calls timeout. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Ejuan Moore is checked in for Butler. Rose, good.
These guys putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
They double him with Noah. Stolen by Noah. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And you look at Joakim Noah. I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want. But then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
Gasol with the steal. Here's Mirotic. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
And Zeller kicks to Walker. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte no good that time either. And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor.
Rose dishes to Mirotic from deep. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pick by Zeller. Stolen by Noah. Gasol passes to Mirotic. No one near him. Hornets with the rebound. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lamb. That 3 off the mark. Chicago leading by 15. Rose up on top. Double team on Rose. Hits the target from 18 feet. Rose has got 43 points.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Here's Zeller. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Gasol dishes to Moore. Here's Mirotic. Trains the three-pointer. Mirotic just got 15 points.
This defense is giving their shooters free reign to operate from behind the arc.
And when you allow shooters to get in a rhythm, then you're going to have problems because they can hit it even when you start to defend it with intensity.
The Bulls shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're at 55% from the field. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Zeller. Walker's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
That's good.
Good ball movement. You put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Hornets trail by 20. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half. Zeller, a screen on Mirotic. Charlotte, no good that time either.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
That's tipped. Noah with it. Three-pointer. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's Chicago running away with it. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Pau, tell us what have been the key aspects to how this team is playing so far through the first two quarters.
Well, just had to be aggressive from the beginning, take the shots that were there, and move the ball. We're being unselfish. We were defending better in the first quarter, and we were able to knock down the shots.
Pau, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Derrick Rose taking care of business in this one. His three-point stroke was a thing of beauty. He was very consistent, knocked down 7 total, giving the defense nightmares out there. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Hornets trail by 20. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Williams down low with Jefferson. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb. And it's Batum in at the 3 slot.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Three-pointer, Butler. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Moving it up. Charlotte moving the ball around. And the dunk by Jefferson.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
And Walker kicks to Batum. And Gibson over to help. Williams sets a screen for Walker. It's Jefferson high post. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And that one's good. That's now 8 points for Butler.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Hornets trail by 20. Outside, Walker. Picked by Williams. Walker dishes to Lamb. Back to Walker. Shot clock at 5. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
A look here at last year in the NBA, where the Hornets ranked. First in fewest turnovers per game. 7th in blocks. And they were in the top 10 in opponents' points per game.
And I want to go back to that turnover ranking. Best in the NBA. That's a huge stat to look at when you talk about their ability to execute and the decision-making. They don't beat themselves. And that's a big reason why they won as much as they did.
Gibson with another miss.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Now here's Jefferson. He's got 11. Out to the right wing. Here's Lamb. Charlotte no good that time either.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
Outside, Walker. Shot's good. Walker's got 16 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
From deep, Rose. Walker with some nice D. Hornets trail by 21. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 7 points for Lamb.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
And Rose wide open. He shoots. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. On the wing, Batum. 14 points for him. Here's Jefferson, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Rose, good.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
You got to like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
So it's the Hornets now. 19-point game. Walker against Butler. Walker goes in. Here's Jefferson. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Oh, that's blocked. Out of bounds, Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession. And the Hornets making a change here. Ben's checked in. And here are the Bulls now. Gasol passes to Rose. Releases. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 6 assists in the game. Hornets trail by 21. Now Walker. He's got 16. They get it again. Lynn. Nice D from Rose. For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. And it's 13 points for Doug McDermott.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And Walker kicks to Jefferson. To the paint, here's Lynn. Here's Williams. Charlotte no good that time either. Chicago leading by 23. To the inside, Batum with the steal. Butler against Walker. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul.
And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who maybe aren't doing as well.
Williams, a screen on Butler. And Walker kicks to Williams. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Williams has got 11 points.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
You know, Clark, losing teams handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope and a very tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system, but it's something to reevaluate. I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point, though.
The Hornets have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Lynn dishes to Walker. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Walker's got 4 points this quarter.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And that one's good. 15 points for Al Jefferson.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Rose. 10 points for Butler.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. Nice shot by McDermott. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover, really a scorer's mentality, maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assist man.
Chicago's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there and finished off by McDermott.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
It's stolen by Jefferson. And Batum kicks to Jefferson. Again, the miss by Jefferson. The Bulls' shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. But they get it back. McDermott kicks to Butler. From deep. Butler missing again.
But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
At the top of the key, Williams. And it's Williams again missing. And here are the Bulls now. Here's McDermott. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. McDermott's got 19 points. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points. You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Rose, good. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, you got to love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Goes up on the wing, and it's Chicago scoring again.
Hornets timeout call.
And the Hornets call time here. Gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
So for the Bulls, Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. And Moore subbed in for Rose. Charlotte also making some changes. Zeller comes in for Marvin Williams. And it's Kid Gilchrist in for Nicholas Batum. And here is Lynn. That one off the back iron and out. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
Jimmy Butler once again. Butler's got 8 points in the quarter.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Shots, gentlemen.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky jumper coming into the league. And prior to last year, it really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do to try to change the entire form and structure of your jump shot.
Clark, for Kid Gilchrist and his shot, it seemed to be a step in the right direction for his entire offensive game.
Well, Kevin, it was the first year of reworking that jump shot, and the mid-range percentage has gone up as a result. That's positive progress.
He hits the second from the line. And when you think of Kid Gilchrist, one thing that comes to mind is intangibles. He has a desire and intensity and a will to win that elevates him to elite status.
Yeah, you know, he never will be a great shooter, and he's still working on his jump shot. But the intangibles, you talked about it, you add heart and tenacity to that. Every team wants a guy like that.
Pick by Zeller. Walker goes in. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Lamb, he's checked in for Jeremy Lin.
And talking about Kid Gilchrist, yes, he's worked to fix his shooting form last season, but the real improvement was made on the boards. He averaged 7.5 rebounds a game in only 29 minutes of play. That is outstanding.
Walker goes in. It's Jefferson high post. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And that's now 19 points for Al Jefferson. 1:02 left to play here in the third.
And for Kid Gilchrist, he was accustomed to so much winning in high school, college, international competition. He's had a rough first 3 years in the NBA, making the playoffs only once in that time. But he's a real warrior, so that has to be killing him inside.
They double him with Butler. And it's Walker penetrating. Shot clock at 6. Screen by Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
The quick step back gave him just enough separation to get that one up.
Bulls shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Mirotic gets the bucket.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. From deep, Walker. No luck. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Bulls just dominating this one. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Brooks is out there with Etuan Moore. Then it's Pau Gasol. Then there's Mirotic. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Chicago calls timeout.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
Chicago making some changes. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Portis, and it's Rose in for Mirotic. Moore outside, fires the 3, and that is good. Moore's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Chicago. And speaking of coaching, sometimes you'll hear that the coach lost the team. When that happens, is that it, Clark? What's your read on that?
You know, I don't quite buy that. I think it's really rare. Winning can cover up a lot of things, and ultimately it does come down to that, being able to smooth out the rough spots, and winning is the best elixir for that.
Hornets shooting at 51%. Really solid. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Bulls, Aaron Harris taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Well, it seems like this is something we've said quite a bit the last few years, but now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their teams. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
He's perfect from the line this time. To illustrate just how strong the point guard position is right now, Greg, in the NBA, just take a look at the point guards who did not make the All-Star team a season ago. Wow.
You know, in both conferences, it's almost as if we're in the midst of a point guard renaissance for the NBA. I mean, MVP Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, CP3 out west, John Wall, Kyrie Irving in the East. Boy, I could go on and on with the great players at that position.
And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And Gasol comes to help. Here's Hawes. That one wide left.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And it's Moore penetrating. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
Etuan Moore. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance, but they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for the Hornets. Now for the Hornets, they seemed to get back on track last January, but they faded Clark quickly after that and were too far behind to make up room and get in the playoffs.
And, you know, they had a rash of injuries, Kevin, and that really did them in. All in all, it was a season that just didn't have any traction for them because of the injuries.
Near the three-point line, it's Dunleavy, and he reels that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Hornets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. To the paint, here's Hansbrough. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Chicago's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Moore, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Harrison passes to Hansbrough. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And the Bulls making a change here. Gibson's checked in.
And guys, Tyler Hansbrough, as heavily a decorated player as we've ever had in college, has somehow seen his numbers steadily decline in the pros. Last season, he was in for an average of only 14 minutes a game, the lowest of his career. And he also only averaged about 4 points a game, which also equaled the lowest of his career.
There's a screen by Hansbrough. Lynn against Brooks. Here's Hawes. And the three off target. Chicago's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Dunleavy's shot is off. Hornets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Lynn dishes to Daniels. To the middle. Here's Hawes. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Chicago timeout call.
Chicago calls timeout. Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, that actually excellent talent to make it special, and that combination is a winning one.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register one win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Doug McDermott comes in for Taj Gibson. Justin Holiday's checked in for Dunleavy. And it's Rose in for Aaron Brooks.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
No good from Moore. Charlotte has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And that one's good, Harrison.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
For Chicago, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That's his third foul of the game. Charlotte shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Moore against Land. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Here's Daniels. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Chicago's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Moore with the bucket.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Lynn kicks to Hawes. Nice pass in here by Charlotte, and that one's good. Hansbrough's got 7 points for the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Lynn, and the call will be against Joakim Noah. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
Here is Hansbrough. That shot's good from Hawes.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
No good from Moore. The Hornets have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Over to the wing. Here's Harrison. No good on the triple. Bulls have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. And that one's good.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Lynn against Moore. Pulls it from the elbow. Here's Hawes. Off target from outside. And Chicago shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. Noah's shot is off. Hornets shooting well, 50% from the floor. Here's Daniels. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Chicago making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Well, you know, one season in the books with the NBA's new replay center, and so far, so good. I mean, the replays are averaging about 45 seconds apiece, and getting the officials the angles they need quickly to make the right call.
Lynn's shot is off. Lynn's gone 1 for 5 from the field, 20%. Here's Moore. And it's Lynn with the rebound.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Pass to Harrison. He kicks it to Daniels. Puts up a 3. Can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And with the new replay center, the league also going for more transparency. People expect it now, Clark, and they're officiating.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. Evaluating the most scrutinized calls and non-calls of the games in those last 2 minutes, that's a positive. Things are continuing to change, I think, for the better in that regard.
And that one's good by Noah.
What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.
And they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason not to. I mean, work that perimeter. It's going good for you. Work it until it stops.
Offensive rebound. Noah with the block. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Noah's got 5 points now in the quarter. Lynn with it. On the wing, Daniels. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Brooks comes in for Justin Holiday. Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Kemba Walker comes in for Jeremy Lin. Here's Harrison to the wing on the left. Zeller passes to Daniels. It's good from long range.
You know, they've got to be careful not to give a shooter of his caliber open looks like that. 1 or 2 of those are all it takes to really get him going.
Brooks dishes to Moore. The Hornets pull it in. Hansbrough's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Down low, Zeller. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, you know, we're far enough away from the 2013 draft where we can start to get a feel for just how strong it was. I mean, initial feeling was it was a weak draft, but there have been some gems coming out of it of late.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Well, it seems like he's gotten a little loose with it since halftime. His fingers may be a little slick or slippery. He went from no turnovers in the first half to quite a few here in the second.
There's a screen by Hansbrough. Outside, Walker. And it's blocked by Mirotic. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Outside, Walker. Clock at 6. They get it back. Here's Hansbrough. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Hansbrough's got 9 points here in the second half. Okay, time now for an injury report. And now Doris Burke with this update on Pau Gasol. Take it away, Doris.
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with head athletic trainer for the Chicago Bulls. It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury. That's a bitter pill for them to swallow at such an early stage of the season. It really changes the look of this entire team, guys.
All right, Doris, and hopefully everything works out for him.
You know, pro trainers have so much available to them at their disposal. If it's nothing serious, he'll be back.
Daniels, no good. The Bulls shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. And Walker kicks to Daniels. Hansbrough.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
And Chicago shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. More. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 4 assists now tonight. Hornets shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. Brooks against Walker. Dishes to Daniels. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Daniels has got 10 points in the quarter.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
Three-pointer, Brooks. But they recover it. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Here's Walker. 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Zeller.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Here's Moore. Nailed from three-point land. Moore's got 22 points.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Chicago.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And talk about applying pressure to an opponent. Tonight's win will move their record to 2-0 in the season series with 2 more games left to play on their year against the Hornets.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Rose. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Zeller, a screen on Brooks. Down low, up off the screen. And Zeller with the lay-in.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Portis. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession.
Into the lineup for the Hornets, Jeremy Lin.
Lin, a screen on Mirotic. Lin against Mirotic. Off the screen. And the shot falls short this time. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Pau, congratulations on the win. Tell us about the approach that the team took tonight in maximizing its effectiveness on the offensive end.
I think we just concentrate and we work hard until the last second of every possession, and I think that's something that we want to continue to do and be consistent with. And you know, we're happy that today we were able to fight through everything and still come out with a great win.
Congratulations, Pal. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Doris, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. It was lights out shooting at its best from him in this game. 60-plus points is rarefied territory that few players ever see in the NBA. But we saw it here tonight. Truly jaw-dropping.
He was completely on a different level tonight. And his insane point total tells us that. Trust me, it's not easy to get that many points in this league. But he had their number tonight, and the coach did a great job of continuing running plays for him.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, man, that puts him on another level.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.